up, folks, and welcome to Lysverket restaurant. And I know what you're thinking. Well, he's not traveling or eating something crazy. This is actually my real job. I'm a sous chef here at the restaurant, and part of that job is coming up with some new dishes. And I figured, why not document some of it and make it part of my weekly uploads? So maybe we'll head in there and get started on a new dish that I've been working on for the 7-course menu.
Are you using the lingo?
I have some more.
No, we're using it on the menu, so I'd rather you. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
All right. So we're in the kitchen now here, and I'm on the garnish station here. And if you see two good-looking guys walk through the frame, because I have August and Andre here working lunch service at the same time. So I'm going to try to stay out of their way, and if you see them coming in the frame, you know exactly why. So I'm more or less set up here what I need for the dish that I want to make. It's funny, I actually had a little bit of an inspiring moment downstairs. I went to go grab this, which is like a green, kind of firm, crispy kale, and I wanted to make a chip out of it, but I figured the dish that I'm making has beets on it, and the beets that we got delivered have these beautiful leaves on them, so why not make a chip out of these? So the first thing I need to do here is clean off a piece of this venison leg, and I'm basically doing that by taking kind of a long slicing knife and just kind of shaving off any pieces that are kind of dried out or... Alright, so our leg is more or less cleaned up now to the point where I can start to kind of see the separations between the muscles here, and that's more or less the easiest way to clean a leg, is to just start with one muscle, which is what I'm going to clean off right now for the sake of this dish. So you just kind of want to make some few slits and then use your finger. So here we have a cut from the leg here. This is what we're going to use for our tartar. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit, get this venison off to the side. The rest of the leg, I'll clean that up later today. I'll be the first to admit I'm not the best meat butcher ever. I can kind of butcher fish like nobody's business, but meat I haven't had a crazy amount of experience with, so this is all very valuable for me as well. I'm going to take the trim of the leg that I have here, and a lot of it is kind of oxidized and dried out. There's no reason that we can't really use this. It probably tastes pretty good. So I'm going to roast this off and then kind of make a small stock out of it and see if that tastes good.
Am I good to blast the oven here, guys? I need like 210. Does that work? Yeah.
Alright, so I have all my meat on a tray here with a little bit of parchment liner. I'm going to cook it at like 210 degrees Celsius until it's got some color on it. And I'm not being too crazy about it being uniformly shaped. I'm going to dice this with the tartar itself. So, we have our venison ready to go. This whole project only works if I remain very heavily caffeinated. We're all cleaned down. That's normally the best way to work, I think, when you do things with protein and vegetables separate. So you can take all your proteins, prep them at the same time, clean down, and then your vegetable prep all at the same time. Make sure that you don't have any problems. So I have two vegetables that we're going to work with on this dish. One is angelica. This is more or less a weed, I guess, here, but it has a very distinct aroma to it. It's very difficult to describe. You kind of have to try it for yourself somehow on the dish. I'm not entirely sure how. It kind of has a straw, very bitter when it's raw, so I want to cook it. I'm not entirely sure how yet, but I know I want to do something with the apple juice that we get from Hardanger. The Spilda makes their own blend for us, so I'm going to get this in a pot, and I think I'm going to reduce it and then cook the rhubarb in this apple juice. So while I'm waiting for the apple juice to reduce, I'm going to get some knife cuts on the angelica here. I'm just going to start by doing some small hooks. We'll see if those I don't want it to really be too strong in the dish, but I want that texture and the flavor to really come through. I'm also going to get some of these beet leaves cleaned and getting made into chips, because I think that's going to be a nice finishing move for the whole dish. So I have parchment on the bottom, parchment on top. We'll do another tray on top just to keep the pressure on them. So I'm pretty sure the venison here is done. We'll swap it out with the beet chips, the beet leaf chips here. The venison leg trim has some pretty nice color on it. We're going to get that out of the pot.
Can I borrow a pot from you, August?
It's so hot. Just cover this with water. We're going to do what's called a beet tab, bring to a boil. Our apple juice is reducing nice. It's come up to something like that. It still needs to keep going. I want it close to a syrup, and then I'm going to throw my Angelica in just towards the end there. Alright, now last but certainly not least, a big part of the process of creating new dishes for me here, because I have so much other stuff going on, is delegating a lot of this stuff around the kitchen. So Andre has some salt baked beets on his menu for the lunch. So I had to make off a few extra for me, peeled and sliced just like this. So I'm going to dice these more or less the same size as the venison. And I didn't wear gloves, so my hand's all red now. Our apple is more or less there, so I'm going to take the Angelica pieces that we have here and throw these into the pot to kind of reduce and add some flavor to them. Throw a leaf or two of Angelica in there as well. Straining the Angelica apple maneuver. That's a timer for our chips. You want to be in my video? Yes, you do. Cake? Yeah. 20 kilos? Yeah.
Alright, 22, I think it was. Top of the lower way.
Good? Alright, so these are our beet chip maneuvers. It's so hot. So they come out like that. Came out pretty good. We'll give it a taste and see if it works better than the kale that I had in mind earlier. So when I'm thinking of dishes, I go through a process of thinking about the prep and the pickup. This entire dish is cold, so I really need to think about the pickup so much. So I'm going to mix everything for the tartar. So we're going to start with venison. Maybe like just about half a spoon. Use just about the same amount of beet.
Okay, so you have chopped shallots?
A small amount of some chopped shallots. Some of course sea salt that we get from the north. A little bit of cherry vinegar. And when you take apple juice this far down, it tends to get pretty acidic. So I'm going to use a little bit of that. A little bit of cracked black pepper. And a bit more salt. So I have kind of a shallow bowl here. And then it goes on top. Something like that.
What are you doing?
Okay. I'm testing a new dish.
Nice. From camera.
Yeah.
Nice.
Documentation station.
Yeah.
Dinner, guys, you want to taste this with me?
Yeah.
For you?
Marmy,
Hey.
come taste this. So it's the leg from the venison, just diced. I have some salt baked beets mixed with shallot and cherry vinegar, black pepper. A little bit of reduced apple juice with Angelica. So I cooked pieces of Angelica in the reduced apple juice. And then I was going to do something with the kale chips, but I looked at these beet greens. Figured why not just make a chip out of those.
Yeah, they're nice. Where are the beets from?
In that. So tartar, and just kind of covered, and kind of have to break it and mash it up. I think it might be missing some sort of a creamy element. It kind of sucks because we have buttermilk and yogurt on the menu already. But we can try to think of a way to get it better. Doesn't it make you think of fall? Yeah.
Yeah, it was very pretty dish.
worried about it being too sweet, but I think the salty beet chip and Angelica's bitterness.
It is very sweet, but it's nice. But I think it will help with some creamy something, sour
not.
cream or something.
Not, almost not, because it's when the beets are sweet like that.
Yeah, you want it like that.
Yeah, it almost becomes like not creaminess, but
Like a mouth pudding.
yeah, it rounds off when you melt. But maybe a bit less on the beet and a bit more salt.
More salt. Because I tasted one of these chips and I think it too salty.
But just the beets took a bit over.
Over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was too much beet and not
It's a beet dish and not a
Yeah,
not their
venison
dish.
So the other thing that I have going is this venison stock back here.
Yeah.
So just the trim from the leg, roasted, and then I just have thyme in it because I think thyme, apple, beet works. So why not? So once that goes for a long enough time, we can reduce it and add it to kind of punch up the
flavor.
Okay.
But absolutely.
Yeah, we like it.
We like it.
We like it. Because we can also do diced apple pieces in with it if we feel like the beet is a little bit too strong.
Yeah.
Like some of those high acid apples might be nice.
Yeah, both with the crunchy and
Yeah.
Alright. So.
Yes, fish sandwich. That's a fish sandwich. So hopefully there weren't too many issues as far as audio or video goes. I expect this to be a very, very, very rough first draft of this whole entire project. I just want to kind of get it out and share it while it happens. And I want to continue doing these videos and continuing to refine, document, create. That's the whole purpose of this project. And I've decided to call it Dish of the Day, or DOD, because at all the restaurants that I worked at in the past, when the menus change daily or very often, when we do a dish for a VIP, the dish that is the best for that day ends up getting called the DOD. So this has been episode 1 of DOD. Thanks for watching. Check back in for more soon.